Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala man la nabiyya ba'dahu wa ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I don't understand the logic as to why we sit in a dispersed way like that. Is it okay if we try to get closer? Yes, inshallah. Today I wanted us to discuss the concept of dowry in Islam. And I have a question to the gents. How much are you willing to give out to sacrifice for dowry? Under what conditions? For the sisters, what would you want for dowry? Actually, the fact that you're both singles, in case anyway, you're single and they're also single. Maybe if you say out something you want for dowry and he's ready to give out, Wabi? So I think that is a good question to start with. Should I start with the gents or? Mr. Wefula, how much are you willing to give out as dowry? Under what conditions? Please, come and teach the Yes. It works.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yes, to me, according to the question you posed, the amount that I'm willing to pay as dowry, it is not well stipulated. Why? Because I myself, I will first consider my earning, how much am I earning if I'm to give dowry. Secondly, if I go to the other side, like the condition that I can put there to give dowry, it will be all about the woman whom I'm willing to marry. For instance, we are here at the university, and let's say I've got someone from the university. So I'll consider the amount of money that I've invested, the worth of that lady herself, and even the qualities she actually has. Because I can't just wake up in the morning and I say that I'll give someone's daughter 100,000. The fact is that is a disservice to her and the parent. Then, secondly, I can't also wake up in the morning and I say that I'll give someone's daughter a mahar of, let's say, 10 million. Why? Because if I look at my gross pay, it doesn't reach that amount of money. So I'm supposed to actually look at myself, then I also look at the other side before I actually make the decision as far as mahar is concerned.
The question I want to ask you is, for our university girl here now,
Yes.
with our Ugandan economy, how much approximately would you be like around this amount for dowry?
To be sincere, everyone is worthy of her own amount of mahar. Because if you want me to give the amount approximately, the fact is
University.
At the university right now, trust me, you're someone who has grasped the Holy Quran. Her mahar is actually her mahar is higher than someone who is still in Yasarina. To the fact that that person who is still in Yasarina was born a Muslim and has been raised in a Muslim family. If she is a convert, the mahar can also increase. You get the point? So apparently I can't give you my stand. That's okay. I beg to submit.
Barakallahu feekum. So I've learned something new today. Like technically, if and your mahar is a bit to someone who is still in Yasarna. That is the hadith of Mr. Wifla. Do we have another submission here? Yes. You have a submission? Yes. Abdul Raqib. How much? Actually, I've even changed the question. When you see our girls here, innocent as they are, very valuable university degree holders, first degree, second degrees, PhD degrees, how much approximately with the Ugandan economy would you?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
According to me, really, one will depend on the person whom am I paying the dowry to.
The girl?
The girl. Because the price may not be the same. It may depend on my financial status or stability. But according to the way I am right now, and according to the status that you have specified, a degree holder.
What you?
To me, as a Rakibo.
Approximately how much?
To me, as a Rakibo, and the way my status is right now, actually, it is only 300, inshallah.
3 what?
300. According to me, according to my status, remember, the financial status differs.
300, you mean mitwala asatu?
I mean mitwala asatu in Uganda, mitwala asatu, 300,000.
Okay.
Right now, according to our status, we get.
Because of the fuel and so on, fuel consumption and so on.
No matter the case may be, but according to me, right now, and the state that you have specified, a degree holder.
Hey.
Remember, things differ, like I have told you. And remember, it is her choice. Because I was told by someone that in that process, she's allowed to come and have a look into your wealth before her suggesting.
Yes.
But according to me, if I'm to give out, 300 is enough.
Okay. MashaAllah. Barakallahu fikum. I want to cross to the ladies' side, but I would like to recognize the presence of course, tajja kubyagala naye Sheikh Lukman Kabuga, my brother and colleague. We were here as students, and now for some reason he has paid us a courtesy visit. But then nsaba abantu bange bampereko salamu. At least Sheikh Lukman Kabuga. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm really humbled. He's one of the land sheikhs we have in this country. Land in capital letters. Kamalize na mangu tusome mangu tudde mu mbozi yaffe. And if time allows, definitely he will give us a word, inshallah. Sisters, we have one member here. Please. هذا هو صح؟ فيه آخر؟ Please. Yes. How much would you give a university girl as dowry?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How much would I give a university girl as dowry? Like she has gotten her degree.
She has gotten a, yeah.
Of course, there is dowry and the mahar. Are they the same?
The same. Dowry is mahar.
But in the normal setting, dowry is different. But personally, she deserves 1 million.
1 million.
And I, yeah.
Why?
she deserves 1 million. The fact that I have loved her, I'm going to be with her for the rest of her time, and she has to bear my kids. So that 1 million is, I think, the worth of her products, or even beyond.
Okay. MashaAllah. Yeah. Barakallahu fikum. We switch to the sister's side. Naima's there. Now, how do we ask the sisters? Yeah? The same question. How much is she worth, or a university? How worth to what murumbiemu? I'm a university lady. How much approximately Ugandan economy with the whole fuel situation, Iran and so on?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sheikh, definitely bano sibe bami bange.
Bano tebalimu. Otyo. Keza owe mitwalo 3 owe kakadde omugobye.
Mitwalo 3 ogula mbuzi.
Babuuza mmwe sinze waliwo yakyogedde wano.
Sheikh, personally, njagala ttaka.
Ttaka?
Ate si just ttaka, in a specific place. Kisaasi.
Kitegeera.
It's all about knowing your worth.
Naima. I've liked that confidence. Why?
Why? Because ngenda kufumbira, that is the first thing.
Otyo?
Ngenda kufumbira, ngenda kuzaalira. I'm going to bear everything. Agayisa gagabi empisa z'ennungi zonna ngenda zikunyika.
Kitegeera. Kwegamba ettaka lino olinganga ali mumugamba nti kikuggwe mulimpe onkyunye bulungi nga ndirina.
Ate terikuwa betu kunchunya. Wadde olimpadde terikuwa betu kunchunya.
Okay.
Yes.
MashaAllah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Waliwo hajati omulala? Please. Yes. Otyo?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I'm so appreciative for this topic, ya Sheikh. Now, according to me, I have Swabinti Muhammad. Let us first understand what Mahar is. It's the gift given to a bride by a bridegroom to express his love to the bride and readiness for marriage. So me, to show that you are really ready to marry me and to show love to me. At least you give me the amount which I can use to start up a business. That's 1M plus here in Uganda. And as our Sheikh told us, marriage is not just a game, we just don't go there to play. Maybe I may find somebody thinking he's a man, and maybe when I go with him after marrying me, I realize maybe he's a boy or he denounces Islam, so there I will just request for divorce. So when he gave me 100,000, really, how am I going back home? At least when I have my business, even though you go, to whom it may concern. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Rabbi shrah li. Do you have one? Yes. Faddal.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So to my side, my concern to Mahar, when it comes to Mahar, it's a very serious issue. Whereby for me, I think that it's the lady to state the amount of Mahar. Yega, cause it's for them, because Allah commanded us tubawe. Because of this love between me and her, or the problem with us men, our share, we edit life. Nenjagala okwewanika mu status gyesikola ki. Kati nansaba amahari ga $5,000,000 ngalaba gasaanidde, but in reality I'm worth maybe 2M or not even that amount.
Mulimu abasajja abafera
Nga bafera obulamu abufeekinga. So ono namusaba amahar thinking that it's proper because of the hadith of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. She wants to ask something that is affordable to the man, but the man is faking life. So to my side, she is to state the amount or what she feel likes. Tulinyo consider kukya sente, ayinza okuba tayagala sente, ngayagala mmotoka, ayinza okuba ayagala nte, like the Banyankore, for them they take cows 5, 10, 17. So it is hard to state. So for me, it is to evaluate, is she worth what she is asking for? Mulimu asaba engamiya nga yetaaga mbuzi. We negotiate, we talk about it. My dear, it is this and this is what I can afford. Cause
seeka tumukunde
namshe
aliwo oyo ayinza osaba engamiya nga yeetaaga mbuzi, abeera atya oyo owayasaruna?
no. Maybe to the things we consider nowadays, because when you're talking to someone, as in dating them, olira ebirowoozo bye, emboozi ze, maybe she has very many body counts, and kisinziira era seeka omuntu byasinziirako. So my final word on this, mahar is stated by the lady. We evaluate, and the mistake we are doing nowadays share. Nsobola okukola omukolo gwa $5,000,000. When it comes to mahar, ayisenge namu $5,000 ate ninawo 15, 15 gyaki. So we are not taking it as a serious deal. Kale leka tutwale ku buko ensawo z'omuceere 2 n'ekisambi ky'ente, naye omukyala tumuwa mahar ge ga $10,000 oba 5. This is the main thing in marriage. Agende nga she's contented. So the other thing I'm requesting you share to amahare nga we tugabawa agendo tuuka ewaka nga gonna bamumenyedde ebizibu, sister watuteko zino amahare gaani era gasaasaanya atya. Because we end up giving them the money ne bataziganyulwamu ne zitabagasa. Abazadde ne batuuka n'okubakolimera olw'okuba baganya obbawa ku mahare. That's my concern.
Mashallah.
Thank you.
Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Dowry is one of the most sensitive topics when it comes to marriage for a contract. Imwe abagaba amahale mwina akavuyo kamwe ne bana abakafuna, abafuna amahale balina akavuyo kaabwe. Akavuyo plus akavuyo is equal to drama. Ate buli muntu waba akulembeza akavuyo ke ajuliza busiraamu, busiraamu butugamba. Now, because dowry has that transactional discipline in it, nga inaffe tulina obwavu bwaffe, that's where the drama comes from. I would like to prepare my audience using a verse in the Holy Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guided the nation. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وآتوا النساء صدقاتهن نحلة فإن طبن لكم عن شيء منه نفسا فكلوه هنيئا مريئا. Kulane gyosoma Katonda yagamba وآتوا النساء صدقاتهن نحلة. When you get to marry, consider giving out graciously the dowry to your women, those you're marrying. Graciously basically means nga owayo oyagala. Owayo not in an investing situation, but you're giving it out of love and respect you have for whatever situation you're building in that relationship. فَإِن طِبْنَ لَكُمْ عَنْ شَيْءٍ مِّنْهُ نَفْسًا فَكُلُوهُ هَنِيئًا مَرِيئًا. When it appears in a way where your wife might actually be like, okay, my husband, you've given me this dowry, but allow me give you also part of this dowry you've given me. You're allowed to actually enjoy and also eat it. It's lawful. What I like in that verse, and that's the only verse I'm going to quote, and then we explain the diversity, like the different dynamics within the verse. There is a concept of you giving out the dowry to them. There is also a concept of the receiver of the dowry to consider sharing the dowry with whoever has actually given him the dowry. Now, you're not going to pay for actually letting them or maybe guiding them to give you dowry, just like you're not going to pin Islam ogamba nti omusilamu butugambe tubawa mahale aye ne butukubiriza nti omukyala bwakuddiza ku mahale naawe olieko kiriza nyumirwa mahala ago. Islam is only preparing two adults to understand that mu bintu ebirina bakyankalanya sente teziriimu from the start. When two adults agree and they are like, we are agreeing upon a particular amount of money, a particular product or maybe anything, a service as mahar, it basically understands and prepares the two people naddala olwaleero, because we have issues when it comes to financial disciplines. Mukyala wo gwogenda okukola, gwogenda okuwasa, akola. Ne bbaawo akola ki? Akola. Now that is a reality that is happening today. Chances are you're going to give her mahar, and Islam is basically giving you that confidence from the start. Tetusuubira kavuyo ka sente mu bafumbo. At least ebirala by'okoleki bibaawule. And we get that from the verse. I want to use the same verse to actually give out some of the points to clarify the dowry situation. Ekisookera ddala in preparing my audience, dowry has nothing to do with our worth. No. When you're giving out dowry to a girl, don't be the unserious husband who is actually pinning themselves to think you're going to give out dowry equivalent with the value of the same applies with a lady. If at all you have that as a discipline, thinking what you're going to request for dowry is actually your equivalent, you're disrespecting your worth. Even when you say it's $1 million, you're already a cheap human being. Because a human being is just too much valuable, the right word to use is priceless. If at all you have a price tag, you're not valuable. Islam comes to prepare us, to teach us to appreciate. Dowry is far from that misconception. What you're giving to your wife has nothing to do with her worth. It's only a symbol of respect for you to understand that you're supposed to earn what you're taking. The reason as to why you're supposed to appreciate the dowry: no man is going to actually respect you nga takuwa. And we are going to see that as we are going on. You're supposed to understand that what makes you a man is not to enjoy before earning. You earn before you enjoy. The one reason as to why you guys are very much comfortable into the dramatic relationships, muri busy, you're acting as wives to people who have not actually even earned you. Now they are benefiting. A real man, not traditionally, not Islamically, teyatendekebwa kulyanga tayize. That's the point. If you're hungry and you never worked, it's okay for a man because you didn't work. If you're eating and you never worked, then there is a very big problem. You're either causing deficiency within someone's pocket, or you're actually a problem in a community. The same parable is taken to marriage. You're not expected to marry and enjoy husband rights, not until you've earned that. And that's where dowry comes in from. It is a sign that denotes that you're going to do whatever you're going to do for whoever is going to call you husband out of pride and out of respect. You've earned everything. But don't play with dowry. That's when you're going to understand that you're not going to need the 300 dowry today. Maybe it depends on your pocket now. But as a man, if at all you don't value the 300,000, then you don't need to make mention of it as dowry. Afadhali woba ofuna emitwalo 5 zibiri z'emyezi gyena. And your woman, that is the basis of respecting her. If you do all that to earn your woman, you're respecting your woman, and tomorrow you're not going to find it easy to let her go. It is very easy for these men to actually call you off. It was only a cold evening here. You exchanged sweaters. Tomorrow, if at all he's not interested, you're getting to a border back home. To a man who has earned you. It is going to be a serious case now. Because he's remembering all the efforts of earning you. He's not just going to just let without actually trying. That is why Islam actually prioritizes that. Now, when we actually address all these misconceptions from the concept of dowry, we are going to actually benefit from what Islam prioritized. Now, dowry it's a valuable property which the wife is entitled to receive from the husband by virtue of marriage contract. It might be a property, it might be anything. But in line with the marriage contract, she is entitled to that. Quran actually states that. وَآتُوا النِّسَاءَ صَدُقَاتِهِنَّ نِحْلًا. Just like the verse I've quoted, where Allah is like, respect your ladies by actually earning them when you're giving them their dowry. It's one of the discussions you need to have with them as you're trying to build a story for marriage. Muli mwaka gusooka waneeno oba ogwokubiri mubuuze oyagala ki, bwakuseera muteese sonda from your second year. Open up a bank account, put some money nti buli mwezi ogenda teekayo emitwalo 5, whatever it is, but at least earn your woman. You guys are too anxious to a level nti ne ku bbaluwa z'emikolo muteekawo nti daware 5 million zeyansabye. That is supposed to be your drama. You're earning your woman and she's basically yours. Kati obusiraamu tebwagala bukuze bataata bakyejo ate bangi olwaleero. Bw'oba owasa omukyalo omuwasiza ggwe, eyo ttabu yo gy'otwala. The least you can do is earn her. It's not about the money, it's not about the worth, just earn her. Sheikh Tumukunde was like, they are the one that set the pace. Noonya woogwa. Omwana bw'akugamba nti miliyoni 10 oba miliyoni 2 nga naawe tolinaayo ttaka mu nsi muno, mugambe barakallahu fikum, let me go. Go somewhere else. It's just like going into the shop, you're having 100,000 to buy a shirt. And then the shop attendant is busy telling 500,000. What are you bargaining for? Kubabiri kuliko omubbi. Either the shop attendant is yomubbi oba gwe oyina obudde obungi obw'okumala. Oyina emitwalo 10 esaati oyagala ya mitwalo 10. Owedduka gamba ya mitwalo 5. Obagaininga biki? Either nfu. Tambula. Enensi ejjudde abaana abalungi. Don't waste time. Go look for where you're going to. And it's just equal. That is what Islam brings. Thirdly, dowry is a woman's financial right. It's actually one of the points where Islam actually elevated you financially. Stop even saying Islam didn't respect women financially. That is your money. It is your financial right. You determine it, you dictate it, you make mention of it, and you have your own personal reasons as to why you have what you have as dowry. No one is going to actually decampaign whatever you want to consider as, because it is something you need to think about, and you're like, okay, as a person, this is what I'm going to discuss with my man, that I want this for dowry. Simple. It's up to them now. If they are ready to actually invest into doing all that to earn you, well and good. A family has started. If at all he is not, it's very okay. It doesn't mean marriage is not going to happen. Maybe akwangwidde bwangwirizi akuyingira mu ddiiru mugobe so that afunayo omulala owuwe obulamu bukole butya butambule. But what I want to squeeze is, don't think about dowry as a worthful thing. Ekibuuzo kye mbabuuza wano mbadde mbaseetinga naye nammwe ne mugwamu. A university girl, a non-university girl, a girl who is a hafidha, a girl who is not a hafidha, the yasaruna girl. Tell me one thing. What does a degree do in a day-to-day life in marriage? Because of those misconceptions, akavuyo k'okusoma kwaffe tukatutte, it ends up actually you guys are creating unnecessary pressure onto your own selves. At one point I said the following: if your man is not financially stable and you tell him that my mahar is 10 millions, deep down you know he can't actually afford even 2 millions. Bwafuna nge 10 ezo, it's a red flag. Because this mindset is buying you as a property. Do you know what it means, a poor person to give you 10 millions just because of a marriage contract? It's just too much. That's a red flag. Just like if at all your man is financially stable and you make claim of 1 million and then he's like, that's too much, it's also a red flag. That basically means chances are high he's not going to even respect your worth. Do you understand the logic now there? Muleetedde abaami bammwe okufuna obusungu bw'otamanyi buvaawo. For some reason, ekituufu kiri nti now, if you're my student for some time, you know marriage is not a relaxing parlor. It's not a place for convenience. Kuyiriba buli omu alina ettabbu ye. Musajja alina ettabbu ye, nawe olina ettabbu yo. Simple. Munyumirwamu katono we munyombamuko obulamu ne bukola butya. Now, whenever you have an issue with this poor mindset of your man, ne million 10 ze yakuwa, ogenda sooka omuwole ye 5 nga wakamalo zifuna. Omaze omuwola ye 5 zimulemye okuzzaayo, kati technically yazikuwa naye teyazikuwa. Wazizza. Kati mufunyemu obutakkaanya, mugamba musajja yampa, ono kati ayogera. Okuva we nawasa omukyalo ono n'engeri gye naddamu emabega, how I wish those 10 million, I did this, I invested here and there. Muleke. Look for the one for 500 and 1 million, marry. Start a family. Simple. I think it's now clear. And Islam comes to actually guide us from that respect. Amahari tegaina wegakwataganira. Ne value yaffe nga abantu, oba university girl, oba anywhere, whatever story it is. But of course it comes with a lot, just like some scholars guided, just like we are going to see. It is a mark of respect and love, not a price for considerations, or maybe for consideration for sexual or productive services. Naam. Bwakusaba entono okkirizibwa omugamba nti ntono, mubyogerako ne mugamba naye mukyala gwe lwaki onsabye entono ono, mpulira nga nninamu ku maanyi nnyongeramu. Just like it is possible for this lady to be like, okay, I want 2 millions. you're like, okay, it is okay. But on the day of nikah, you add an extra $1 million. Yes, ekitiibwa ekyo omukyalo ono alina engeri gy'agenda okwagalamu oba nkisudiiza nkendeze ku ssente nga temusanyuse ngambe mmeka kakadde. Now this lady has requested for 500,000. Zikyali nyingi? Amahale gamwe genjagala meka asatu edda bambi tugamba ataano ataano teekamu akakadde. It is also still okay because it is actually a mark of respect. Just like we've said, it's a mark of respect. You're respecting your woman and you're actually earning them. It's also a mark of love and it's not a price for consideration. Just because you're giving out mahar doesn't mean katakuwa abalongo. Yes, because some men might be like, wallahi kanzimuwe. Naye ageza nanzimula. It doesn't work like that. Mahar is something else, and the drama that comes after that is something else. You don't actually pin your woman that you gave in a lot, and then talimokuwa bana. Not even satisfying you in biology. Some of you are like nakusasula kati buli wenkwetaaga oteekeddwa okubanga woli actually olina okumpita. It doesn't work like that. It's another field, just like this is another field. Those are some of the misconceptions I think we are clearing out. Islam comes to it's a financial right for a lady, and you don't need to actually attach all this onto it. The nature and amount of the dowry. Number one, dowry can be anything lawful with a monetary value. Anything, so long as it allows to be put on a weighing scale of monetary value in it. It might be money, cash. It might be a plot of land, just like Naima said. It might be any item, a phone. It might be what? Ajerikani for wudhu nedda. So anything that has monetary value. Now, today there is something conventional now. A man is interested into a lady, and then a lady is like, I want Umrah as dowry, or maybe as mahar. When that is made, in Islamic law there are conditions attached. Because we need to squeeze monetary value out of that statement, we are going to call, or maybe ask, inquire from the bride. What kind of umrah are you talking about? Is it premium? Is it ordinary? Is it gold? She's going to specify premium because those are all packages now. When do you want to go? Do you want to go today? You want to go after a year? Or maybe you want to go after 2 years? Because if it is today, it is a particular amount of money. If it is tomorrow, it is a particular amount of money. If it is in a year time, it is a particular amount of money. So whatever she has mentioned, we go through all that to make sure there is an amount we are putting to it. And as soon as we have that amount, it qualifies to actually be dowry. So that's a condition. Anything lawful in Islamic law, and it must be in position to actually have monetary value in it. That opens up a discussion of Quran as dowry. Bantu mmwe ebintu bya mahari mu bijjeemu olukundo ebintu omukwano nga gukuyingiwazza. Don't disrespect your man with something that he cannot feel when he's earning you. Tekitegeeza nti museere aye tekitegeeza nti tomukola ki biki bye mba njogedde ebyo ye like you need to know the financial stability of your man, and then you at least make sure you keep it moderate. He's not going to take it as a game, and for some reason he's going to feel like he is earning his wife. So technically that is what Islam comes to guide. It must be having monetary value. Secondly, its amount is determined by the wife, and there is no bar on the highest or lowest. Chinabagambye wano abakyala mubaleke. eyo etabu simanya batuseera amahale, they are too expensive. It is okay, yemmwe abagaba. You have worked, you have your money, onoonya wakuziwa, lwaki oziteeka gye batazaagala? If you're a serious man, you have your money, your budget. If you're single here and a serious single person, we expect you to have a particular account, secret account, where you're saving your dowry. When you decide that you want to marry someone, at least you have the dowry already somewhere. For us, our friends, we just come, thank you, you're now a man. Let us bring something, we help you, some few meetings here, family helps you, you go. But with your dowry there. That is how it can be approached. And when you go to her, you start discussing, my future wife, what would you like for dowry? You don't influence it directly. She's like, for some reason, I feel like if it is $1 million, if it is 2 million, oba nkyali waggulu nnyo nga muli banyiivu, mumpeeko example nga ki? If it is like mitwalo 5 wabi ku musomesa wa secondary yakatandika, walungi 5 awo, oba tulemere kakadde wano waakiri, oba 7 awo. Okay. How do you see if I give you 700,000, your baby starts, are you buying a goat? You insist. How much would you like for dowry? She tells you, if you don't have 5 million, I don't have time for you. Conclude a discussion as someone professional. Say, Barakallahu fikum, thank you for your minute. Let me go away until we meet again. Go somewhere else. Because if at all you've started having issues, to just agree. If this lady of yours, you've spent time with her, she knows that you're only done with university. You don't have a stable income. Your only income is only your salary, a monthly payment. If you're a lucky secondary teacher, we are talking about a 500 paycheck, or maybe a 600, or a lucky one in a serious school, a very lucky one, mind you. Even that 600 doesn't come on time. Now that's a reality talk. If she knows all that, and then she's still in the 10 millions talk, just get to know that akulwisa okubeera taata. Find someone else who is going to value that effort. Werekerezeyo emyezi gyo ng'ebiri, give dowry, because you need to feel that. Totekedwa kiwulira nga kyangu. Olina okiwulira nti olina kyokoze eki kyowaddeyo. Bw'okiwulira bw'otyo ogamba nti alhamdulillah, I've earned my woman. N'obufumbo obwo bunyuma nnyo, because omusajja akuvaluwinga takutamangu kugenda bw'oti. So they have that. But then it doesn't mean all ladies are not going to be guided into that. Temuseera nnyo nammwe. You need to know your market. Who is coming to you? That's one. It doesn't mean that you're going to be very cheap. Tipaye emitwalo 5. Kale bw'oba okibazeebazeemu nga bbaawo, omwezi afuna emitwalo 10. Sikisusiza nnyo, naye wallahi sikisusiza, mutwalize muli. Temugamba mu nsi muno temuliyo bantu nga omwezi 10 kwabalira. Tekiriyo. Gye kiri mwe just muli mu kibuga wano mumala budde. Waliyo omukyala nga bw'omuweeyo 10. Nange nkyogerako bwogezi bwe, naye nkakasa gyali nga bw'omuwe emitwalo 10. Amakate gatambula. Kale kisinzira, where are you talking this from, under which dynamic and so on. But as sisters, you have to be very sensitive as you're attacking that. Amahale tegalina kubeera gagenda kujja mu bwavu. Actually, let me tell you something. This man is going to give you dowry But what he's going to do after giving you the dowry is more expensive than the dowry you're taking. Don't spoil your husband's personality in only a day when you're still going to live with him for your lifetime. Essente zagenda okuteekamu okuliisa ebirabo okugulira ng'ozadde okulabirira, that is just too much. Ate nga ateekeddwa bikola ki? Kati bw'oba omugamba amahare tomunnyukiramu. Bw'aba azirina ne bw'aba azirina era tomunnyukiramu nnyo. Moderate, just keep it moderate. Omulabye nga emiliyoni 2 azisobola oba 3 azisobola, mugambe mukkaanye agambe nkendeerezaako 2 mpita nti kale ziizino katutambule. Amalo zikuwa bwato naye ng'enkeera emmere ne bw'olwala n'ogwa ku accident tagenda kugamba nti mpa ku ssente zo. Actually bw'oba ogenda kuwasa, you need to have that money on you, After the whole drama of mukolo, you need to have at least some money on you. You've done the shopping at home, omwana omuleese naye ng'olinawo n'akasente kokola ki? Koyinawo just in case. Ng'omusajja oba ovunaanyizibwa tukwaniriza eno okujja in case okukuuma ekitiibwa ky'amaka ng'olinawo naawe akasente kokola ki? Koyinamu ng'omuntu. So sisters, temukisussa nnyo, We have, yes. Sheikh Tumukunde is like a Maharega service. Of course, whatever it is, so long as it can be put in a monetary value scale, the answer is tick. If it is problematic to put it in a monetary value scale, then we leave it. For example, a Mahare njagala onsomese Quran. Do you know how problematic it is to teach your wife? Kugamba akunyiziza eno nga student naye ate bwe munaamala okuggala Quran kati mumunyumyemu wano kati wasobola n'okuvaawo oluyombe eno nga husband ne wife naye ng'ate enkeera alina okuleetera mbu darusu kyokka ng'ate owulira gw'osinga obutayagala mu nsi muno. Your drama tetumukkiriza ate because it's going to be problematic to us. We can't actually squeeze monetary value out of that for a service. Nga tugamba nti weebale nnyo kwagala Quran naye ajja kusomesa nga bbaawe akusasulira osomere ewalala nga bbaawe naye bbaawe n'ekirala kyokola ki? Kyosaba. The Prophet at one point concluded marriage on memorization of some parts of the Quran. The hadith is well known. He also concluded it on a pair of sandals because at the time where the mahar was a pair of sandals, that basically means sandals zari nsonga nkulu. If you ask your grandfather what was the mahar, he gave to your grandmother jabbavu mu busiru naye nga ate kyaliwo. Because today you're giving your wife $1 million as mahar. After 20 years and 30, you don't know what that $1 million will be valued. Your grandsons might even be like, nga waseera jajja naye nga byagamba okuseera kwe kuyiriba gwe kwakola ki? Kwe wayiriba wano. So we need to just be considerate when it comes to the whole mahar story. And sisters, be realistic. Don't chase these nice men who are willing to earn you and then you just be what? Nemukisussa. A woman can be entitled to full dowry, half, or not entitled depending on the following circumstances. Let us pay attention here. Omukyala asobola okuba nga agwana okufuna amahale gonna, osobola n'okumuwaako ekitundu, alina nawayinza okutuuka nga tolina nakyoyinza mumuwa wadde. For full dowry, when at all you engage sexually, or valid retirement according to the Hanafi and Shafi schools of thought, so long as you get engaged sexually after what? The contract, marriage contract, then she is entitled to full dowry. Entitled to full dowry, just like upon it. Death of one spouse, and in this case, proper dowry is paid. If at all after the whole contract is being signed here and there, and then one of them dies. Let's say this husband dies after the mahar was already proclaimed. She is entitled to full mahar. Yes? Even after when she dies, actually it's part of her estate in that case. Half dowry shall be in case of separation initiated by the husband before any sexual engagement or valid retirement. Imagine you went through the nikah story and then you see something onto her that you didn't know about, or maybe you decide to part ways with her. Islamically, this is how Islam is very gentle with these creatures. Islam is like, if at all you've not engaged with her sexually, then at least give half of the dowry because of the step you had taken and let her go. Omuwasizza yakulimba nti alina enviiri, agenza okubikkula enviiri bwati nga tazikola ki? Tazirina, n'ogamba wallahi ekituufu kiri nti saakitegedde, tewali biology agenze mu maaso, naye bambi nkusaba kankuzeeyo ewaka, wansabye obukadde 2, kwata kano akamu kakukubeko ku nnaku oddeyo ewaka. It is also allowed in Islam. The right of dowry shall be lost in the following cases. It is very possible for the wife to actually call off, not be deserving anything out of the dowry. 1, separation initiated by the wife before any sexual engagement. If at all after the contract, nikah is done, and then the separation is initiated by her. Previously, the separation was initiated by you, that's why you give out the half of it. Now, when the separation is initiated by her, for some reason, let's say maybe she didn't know something about you before the marriage contract is being signed, and then after that, atuse waka akulabyeko something. Before any sexual engagement, if at all she initiates the separation or maybe termination, nullification of that marriage, then she doesn't go out with anything. She loses the right to marriage. Separation due to invalidity of marriage, just in case the marriage was invalid, definitely she doesn't, the dowry right is from her. And lastly, the woman is free will to condone dowry. Mukyala wa asobola okugamba bawange, I love you so much. I told you to give me 3 million as dowry, but I am just seeing the way you're struggling. You're just a very responsible man. You just have a lot on your plate. I know you're willing to give me that, but please allow me. The good thing is the nikah is done. Allow me forgive you that dowry. Don't give me that dowry. Now, when that lady says that, it's allowed Islamically. The issue is, she's not allowed to say that before marrying you. Because we have a principle in Islamic law, faqidu shay la yu'tihi. Like, if at all you're not actually eligible, you're not positioned to actually get something, you have no right to give it away or maybe excuse it from someone. Now that is the principle we use. Just in case maybe you've made mention of mahar on the day of nikah, and maybe you've agreed that maybe after a month you're going to give her the dowry, agendo bibalabalamu nga COVID yajja. Just like we are here in COVID. Now your wife demands you dowry, but COVID is there. Now she sits down and she's like, my man is giving us food, we are drinking, we are eating, hospital, and so on. Let me just forgive my baby the dowry, and we move. It is allowed. It has no problem. That is when also the dowry right is also off, because as soon as he earns that responsibility, then she can forgive. But she can't forgive nga muliro mwekwana. Wallahi nakulengedde dda oli mwavu nakusonyiye dda jangu ntwale butwazi. It's not allowed. It has to take the position. However, kati kano nkabagambanga musajja munnange. Musajja munnange, basajja bannange. Just earn your woman. Do something to earn her. Thank me later. Asobola okukola byonna, asobola n'okusonyiwa. But as a man, you will feel okay if at all you earn your woman. Byonna bikole, but at least do something to earn your woman. I'm not someone who wants to baby talk men. Bannaye batoka lubiriza ebintu, batusaba ebintu bingi bingi. Ng'abantu abakulu mutuula ne family eyo. Mubagambe, taata waayogere ne taata w'omuwala. That's a mature talk now. Mukanye. Because of our culture, trends and so on, we expect you to do this and this, or mutwalo gwa taata, the whole drama that comes with that. The two families agree, ogende n'ekitiibwa, you earn that lady. An excitement yo kwagala okuteeka obufumbo nga omukwano ogwa bulijjo, friendship eno eya bulijjo tebigenda kukola. These men that are not actually earning these girls are the same people that are mistreating them. Waliwo ebiboozi byolaba ku TV ne ku social media, and you wonder, this man, how did he even actually earn this girl? Mubiwulira oba temubiwulira? Haven't you heard of stories where a man with a pregnant woman under the same roof, and that man is slapping that pregnant what? Woman. Wallahi bakyabakuba nnyo bantu mmwe. That's why Islam puts all this. Tekijja mu ntegeera if you noyita mu katembo ono yenna yenna n'okuba omukyala ali olubuto. In most cases, when you hear those dramatic stories, ask for marriage certificates. Owulire katemba. These are the just mature people who are just emotion full, and then ne beeyagalamu waneeno kati baconnectinze nnyo ne batandika okusula bonna bonna. If you try telling them, but how about you use these channels, tatwagala atulemesa omukwano, ne batandika obulamu. Now disrespect nebeerayo after some time. Kana akamanyiro k'abakyala bamanyira babba bwabwe. Do you know where at times it comes from? You didn't earn her, for God's sake. Bw'atunula gwana amanyira, bw'atamanyiira gwe amanyira ani? Anoonya okumanyira bosi we naye walaba bosi we alina kyakola. Gwali naye ewaka. 5 years you've never earned her. Bw'atawemula gwe awemula ani? Tell me. Of course, waliyo n'abafumbo ne bawemula, but we are not talking about those people who are not raised. We are respecting the value of respect. And your woman, give out dowry to them. When you give out dowry to them, let them appreciate that. Considering your financial, don't struggle a lot. Just look for where you can afford. Ene dunia inakatemba mungi nonya wokola ki wogwa. Find a lady here, a girl here, come into a serious talk. I'm planning to marry you in a year time, in 2 years time, but that is a discussion that you're supposed to be having the first days of you talking, because you're longing up for marriage. Akuwe ekifaananyi, you're like, okay, let me try my level best. No trying, ogenda okulaba yakugamba million 2 naye mutuufu ekinaana kiganye. You tell her, sweetheart, it is raining, I know, you're missing me, but ekinaana kino nga mpulira kikoze eki kiganye. How about you forgive me that kinaana and we proceed? Then she's like, it is okay, my man. I know you're trying. Things are not working out. It is okay. I will go with that. Do you want it right now? Do you want it on the day of nikah? Or you want me to give it to you in future? That is how Islam guides. I want to wind because of time. 3 issues. 1, dowry is entirely a woman is your wife's right. When you give her the money, it's up to her, so long as she's spending it in a halal way. It's up to her to do whatever she wants. That's 1. Secondly, you're not allowed to actually manipulate that right from her directly. When you give mahar to her, don't plan onto that money. It doesn't necessarily mean you don't know what is going on. Let her enjoy that right because it was given to her by Allah. If at all she wills to give you part of that mahar, well and good. But you don't directly do what? You don't directly influence it like that. And lastly, the dowry, the concept of dowry is one of the realities I appreciate, and I'm like, okay, Islam appreciated it from a way that married people are supposed to have the highest disciplines when it comes to actually dealing financially. Now, if you've started to agree and come to an agreement as early as the dowry discussion, then chances are the financial discipline, even when you're already in marriage, is going to be high, and you guys actually need that for a topic. But this whole drama of actually getting to marriage on the day of nikah, you're still in wrangles. I told you 2 million. Why are you coming with 500,000? Tell him, if he doesn't give me 1 million, I'm not getting out of this room. Get your shoes and go away. That is not marriage. That is a discussion that is supposed to be happening before even kuswalira swali. Tata waswadde abakuberedde ko tuyawo toswala buswazi. You're coming to us munyogere yo mutwalo twalo sobola okubanga nziweza. With your lady, agree on to the amount, fix that drama before we come. Yes.
How about the issue of the gifts we give to the ladies?
Sheikh Tumukunde is having a concern here. How about the gifts and the masimu? Birabo. Okujjako nga the statement is made nti I am giving you this phone, but after 1 year how are you going to tell me it's part of that phone? Then we are like, okay, they agreed already. But if at all it's just a gift, it's just a gift. You understand? May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you money to give out as dowry. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can actually earn you the way you. Allahumma ameen. Wa barakallahu fikum wa salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.